One more video. Say for instance, I go deal with a tall chick. Somebody bring me a tall chick, or it could have been a reconditioned giant that lied and can't be under 6'6". You know, they won't be able to be under 6'1", and then you will see the difference a certain type of way. But let me tell you something. Imagine if I went and dealt with a giant, right, or a chick that was reconditioned, already failed her the reason of her social intellect of a habitation. What would happen what would happen even at a time? Now, imagine if I deal with a chick and then say one of my children have a girlfriend and it's my wife, and then he being with her, lying to her, you know, and dealing with her, and then on top of it, then it be something they recondition, or some funny situation happened, and then they recondition the situation, and then next thing you know, they try to send this situation to me because the chick, she already knows she did wrong. She already did wrong to my love, which is my child, but he has to realize that at a time in the physics, and then say she gets into an argument. Now, she's already got planets a certain type of way, unless I took it away at the time. But say she get into an argument with the nigga, and then I go condition some situation that's a giant, and then of his recondition with the chick, and then next thing you know, what would happen if they get into an argument in the physical reality? What would he be walking into in his own social planet or his social habitation? What would it possibly happen to him? And then on top of it, I'm the one that made the real empresses throughout all existence, and then they're already precise because I'm precise. It's me pre. They're already precise and they compress through time. So what would happen to an individual? Like, how does it feel losing everything to a chick that already tried to manipulate my love, got to one of my points of my reality, of my love, manipulated, and then tried to take away everything? And then on top of it, it's just like when I used to speak to my wife, Athena. I used to tell my wife, like, you know, we used to have intellectual conversations. If we had any other type of conversation, if it was any argument, somebody just naturally us speaking together, somebody would just get mangled. Now, there was times she had to come to me and tell me, you know, humble yourself, or she would have to be a certain type of way. And when she made certain gestures that made me upset about certain things, I would have to naturally leave. Now, and I'm the one, I'm the one that made her. She's my real wife. And then on top of it, it's like I'm a real dad, literally though. But it's just like you gotta think about how serious the situation is. Now, a person that would waste a grown-up's time in a paradigm of time, a certain type of way according to dignity, and they do the wrong thing, it would be like, oh my, it would be, hey, watch out. It would be like, oh my God, in the paradigm of time, because it would be like, it would be like, if you waste a grown-up's time a certain type of way, that's when a grown-up would know for sure if a person's already wrong. Any mid-elder or any type of elder going to an elder level of consciousness on their way in their own journey of themselves would have to be looking for that type of sign, because they would want to know how to save their life from other people doing stupidity. Now, if you have somebody that lie, now I'm gonna always deal with my wife that's precise from 5 feet down. It would never be a recondition of somebody lying, because that would jeopardize my son's sacredcy, and not only his sacredcy to his conscience of the reason that even could be pleasured in the physical reality. Because I'm already going through situations with a chick in my crib that's speaking, that's aggravating my consciousness a certain type of way. So to other individuals, a sacredcy, if they're going through a mental aggravation or in the atmosphere, there's people that caused it, and I already warned you about the situations that was happening, and that's what's really causing. It's just like spending extra finance for no reason, and then a person trying to wonder why they're spending the finance for a reason. So a person got to think about their calculations in physics. It's just like if you have a person wasting your time and that they're from certain dignities, what do you think can happen off of something like that? Like, that's when me and my wife used to speak. It used to be like a sin if she ever did anything wrong towards me, because I'm the reason of her oath, of her existence, her creation, everything. So it was like a sin if they ever did anything wrong to me. Like, beyond the sin, my love would have to be in real order to understand how he'd have to handle it, because it would be a special type of situation, beyond special, just to handle something like that. Because you got to think about your neural activity of your brain controls and operates your body, homie. Even in metaphysics, mythology, yo, my nigga, did any of y'all ever listen to Fel Valentine? Like, when he, I love the way he used to make his like little videos and stuff, because he tells you a lot what you need to know about yourself according to certain things, to what he knows for himself. But for anybody else, see, my documentary would be different. I'm telling you certain things a certain type of next to it. Like, do you really think about how serious what I'm saying is? It's beyond, it is beyond serious. Because a person says, even in certain dignities, you can't even have an individual lie to you a certain type of way, because it would be like, whoa. It's different if a parent, I'm a real parent, even through, there's nothing new in this, son, even they recondition. In paradigms, I can tell you whatever I want to tell you. There's reasons why I tell you certain things. I'm already nice. Now, another person, they got to think about that type of situation. You have to think about that type of situation, because another individual, when they do certain things, what are they really getting at? Because if a person has to save their own life a certain type of way, it's just like meditation. How you gonna do it if somebody's doing something already a certain type of way? That means a person has to care about themselves to even be able to regard another person. You can't just have you ever watch some movies like back in the days, like ancient like Roman movies or Greek movies, where they send somebody to go collect something, and then that person that's the guard goes fuck up everything, and then a nigga be like, oh my God. He'd be like, yo, you gotta go back again. No, he said, I took care of that, you don't have to go back there no more. The nigga look at that situation like, wait a minute, what do you mean you ain't burned down the village? Fuck you talking about? You did what? Nigga be looking at the nigga like, you gotta think about, if you were supposed to get finances and somebody just cut off your finances in a certain type of way, you're supposed to get, what? Nigga be like, now as your parent is a difference, but if your parent looking at the situation like, then you need to really think about it, bro. You need to, yo, let me tell you, when I have other wives that were smart too, but you wouldn't believe, but you would know for sure for a certain type of way. You would know for sure a certain type of way when it comes to certain things. But a person would never know certain other things about certain other things. But there's nothing else. When you have a chick in a paradigm trying to figure it out, what is she figuring out? That means she's passing a point of acknowledgement, and if she didn't know it, that means her point of acknowledgement knows that she didn't know. So what you think it would be happening a certain type of way through time? Think about it. We're gonna speak another time.